Yo guys, it's Mighty, and in this video, I want to talk about a mouse that had a lot of potential and people were really hyped up to try out, but really fell short over the few months it's been released, and overall is not a really good pick right now. This mouse is the Ninjutso Sora V2, and this mouse was almost perfect. To get into the review, let's start out with the unboxing of the mouse. The mouse comes in a box like this. To actually open it up, there's a pull tab, and once you take out the outer cover, the top of the box comes out, and you're greeted with the mouse on top. And inside of this pouch, you do have the cable that comes with the mouse, as well as the dongle, the feet that are meant for the mouse, and another set of feet. You also get some Ninjutso stickers if you like, and then of course paperwork and a user manual for the mouse. Coming over to the mouse itself, one thing you will notice when you first get it is that there aren't stock feet applied. What I did apply were jades when I first got this mouse, but you can apply whatever skates you feel like you want on this mouse. Another thing that's really nice about this mouse is that the actual coating of this mouse is probably the best of any mouse that I've tried. It really does grip to my fingers when I start to warm up. Once I become sweaty and I just have sweat all over this mouse, and I just start to feel this mouse kind of move in my grip, it is also a fingerprint magnet. So once you do get fingerprints or sweat on it, don't expect to get them off. And you can see all the sweat marks I do have on this mouse. The actual shape of this mouse is a low back hump claw grip mouse. One thing that I really like about this mouse is the weight that it comes in at. Most mice that do have a shape like this one come in at the high 40-gram weight, while this mouse comes in at about 40 grams exactly on my scale. The build quality of this mouse is also pretty good. The clicks on this mouse are also really good. They're really nicely tensioned and I don't feel any pre or post travel at all, and the side buttons are also really high quality. The scroll wheel of course is a little bit notchy, just how I like to feel it, and the click on the scroll wheel is also pretty good. One thing that does concern me about this mouse is after the first few weeks of use, the side walls of this mouse did feel like they were squishing in a little bit, and it didn't feel as rock solid as it did when I first got it out of the box day one. One thing that really did trip me up about this mouse when I first got it is that the mouse that was advertised at 4K compatible out of the box, when I did try to set it up, I wasn't able to activate any of the higher polling rates and I didn't understand why. The reason is that when you spend $90 on a mouse, you aren't expected to get the higher polling rates. And after many months of this mouse being released, we still do not have the higher polling rate dongle, even though that this dongle is the one that shipped with the Sora 4K, and I would have naturally expected that the mouse would have worked with the higher polling rates directly out of the box. That is one of the reasons why this mouse has not become one of the favorites in the community. It's mostly of the undelivered promises and just the priorities that this company has pushed out. They made a purple version of this mouse before they even announced or gave real dates on the release of the higher 4K and 8K polling dongles. I just feel like that's really bad planning and really bad community support when this mouse was advertised at higher polling rates, and we are paying $90 for this mouse. I think if Ninjutso did release the higher polling rate dongle earlier, this would have been a really fan favorite mouse and would have really been recommended by people in the community. But I just can't see myself recommending this mouse to people who want those higher polling rates, since it is just a really not nice experience. The battery life on 1K also isn't the greatest. It's only lasts me about 4 to 5 days with use, and I don't see it lasting a really long time on 2K, 4K, or even 8K polling rates. Regarding size comparisons between these mice, right here I have the WL-Mouse BeastX Medium and the VXC R1 SE. This is basically an X2 clone. I'd say that the Sora V2 fits in right between these two. The X2 is a little bit more of a back hump and a little bit more of a back hump presence than the Sora does, while the BeastX just has a center hump like all the ambi mice out there. So I'd say that the Sora V2 is a good balance in between the two ends of the mouse spectrum for claw grips, having a completely ambi center hump and having a more back hump presence. So if you don't like something that has a full back hump like the X2, if you don't want something that's completely center humped, I would say the Sora V2 is still a really good shape option. That's all for my thoughts and opinions on the Sora V2. For the price that this mouse comes at with what comes with it, just the 1K dongle, I don't think this mouse is very worth it. There are a few mice on the market such as the X2 V2 that are slightly better value that comes with the option of getting a 4K dongle, while with this one you only have the 1K dongle and we've no idea when the higher polling rate dongle will be released. If you do want to check it out, I will have a link down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, peace.